This is Umar Ahmed for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Privileged to say, first time on IFL TV, I've got TODD DeBOEUF on from Top Rank. How are you finding Glasgow, Todd?
Well, I've only been here about an hour, so I'm finding it quite nice.
Yeah, huge occasion here for British and Scottish boxing, and for Top Rank here. Josh Taylor defends his undisputed crown against Jack Catterall. Before we come on to that, I just want to talk to you about the Sky deal, because obviously you were pivotal to that for Top Rank and Sky. So have those talks been going on for a while before that deal came about, Todd?
Well, the reality of it is it's been a 15-year passion of mine to try to be on Sky. I've seen what they've done with other sports and how boxing resonates so well in the UK. And I've been knocking on the door for a long time, and the opportunity and everything just hit right, and so we were always in front of them. We were always doing some one-offs with them, and now to be aligned in a partnership like our partnership in the US with ESPN to have with Sky has been fantastic. And this is really our first moment on the turf here with them, and you leaning in with our assets and leaning in with them, and it feels like I've been at home for 15 years with them, so it's wonderful.
Of course, you had your output deal with BT before, so can you just make a comment on what happened there and why the relationship didn't continue with BT Sport?
I don't know. There's no problems with BT Sport. We obviously have one of our heavyweights has been with BT, and we had a relationship largely with Queensberry that went through there. But I think just things change and opportunities were there, and the amount of opportunities we have, we want to make sure that all of our content is being seen in this country, and we've had some difficulties doing that. And it was unfortunate that Josh's fight with Jose Ramirez wasn't shown here. We had Loma and Lopez. We had to distribute, differently here. We had to go through different platforms here, and we really wanted a consistent megaphone. And the opportunity with Sky, we always saw was out there, and if we could get that, that's what we wanted.
So far, everything gone smoothly this week. I know you haven't been here in Glasgow, but from your team, etc., everything running smoothly with Sky and this fight with Taylor and Catterall?
I think everything's been absolutely terrific. I got here about an hour ago or a couple hours ago, and been getting reports, and it's just world-class, top people, partnered approach, understanding, communicating terrifically, and then bringing these big events. And to see this weigh-in and all the fans and all the people that are so connected to Josh and so connected to Catterall and come together to have a big night tomorrow night is going to be an incredible experience.
And just to clarify, this is a 4-year deal with Sky?
Yes, it is, a 4-year deal.
And how many shows, I'm talking about UK-based shows like this one, can we expect from Top Rank per year?
We're going to be very flexible with that, right? And I think that's what we did was they wanted the cornerstone of our mega stuff that's coming from the States. And then we're going to do is we're going to a la carte it and not be so fixed like a number of shows. We're going to kind of figure out the opportunities that may come here with a big fight. If we bring Lomachenko here at some times, even Michaela Mera, who was here, a couple weeks ago and did a fantastic job on commentary, and people really embraced. And women's boxing has done so well here too. So there's, or bringing an Inoue here, or coming back, and hopefully Michael Conlon is victorious in next week. And so we're here to stay, and we're here with a good partnership that can give all the fans plenty of content.
That's great to hear. We'd like to see the likes of Lomachenko and Inoue, pound-for-pound stars, fighting on UK time television. But also I think the UK fans are very pleased that we get to still see them at 3 or 4 a.m, be it we've got to stay up, but that is at least being shown on Sky Sports, and we get good access to it.
Yeah, and I think that was a lot of it. I think in the transition period, we went back-to-back weekends with Shakur, Inoue, and I think Loma, right? It was the month of June that you guys took right back, that Sky took right back in the late hours, but it was our prime time. And I think being able to have those types of events complement your events from the soil here, from the UK, I think it's great. And I think it's going to give the fans even more content than they've ever had.
Okay, enough TV talk. Let's talk about Saturday night. Obviously, one of your main guys in Top Rank, Josh Taylor, undisputed star, done his achievement so quickly that he perhaps isn't getting the recognition that he deserves. Well, he isn't at the moment. But with this with this push from Sky, obviously you've got ESPN in America as well. How quickly do you think Josh Taylor can become a household name, a pay-per-view star in this country?
I think Josh, unfortunately, was plagued by the timing of COVID, right? And I think a lot of fighters were, but I think he was a prime example of somebody that was at the top, at the peak of something, and he wasn't able because COVID lockdown and the frequency of the guys fighting kind of took him out of play. And it took a lot of guys out of play, but it was his like shiny moment. He was standing there up on the pedestal. So I honestly believe that, it's not going to take long, and I think when you see him fight and you see his interviews and you see how he comes off, he is just so telegenic. The fans love him. He's great television. And I think he's going to catapult to be mainstream very quickly.
Okay, well listen, he's got to do the business tomorrow night here in Glasgow first against a hungry Jack Catterall. Lastly, I can't talk to someone from Top Rank and not discuss Tyson Fury, so can you give me the latest please on Fury and Whyte, Todd?
Yeah, Fury and Whyte is all signed, sealed, and delivered. Announced for April 23rd at Wembley, and we'll be having a press conference early next week, and we are thrilled to put this one together. It's a long haul to get there, but it couldn't come together any better. And honestly, from myself and Bob and all the guys at Top Rank, we've done events all over the world, but to do one in Wembley is really going to be special for us.
I mean, we expected this fight to get over the line, but there was a long delay. We haven't heard anything from Dillian White. So from your side, what's going on with Dillian? I know Queensberry and yourself would have been speaking to Dillian's lawyers. So we know he's gone on total media silence. Was there ever a worry, perhaps, that he wasn't going to put pen to paper because we just hadn't heard anything from him?
I mean, the way I look at it, unfortunately, in through experiences, I'm always worried, right? You can't assume things are going to happen. So you always have a sense of like concern that it's not going to be there. As much as you want to be optimistic, I've seen crazy things happen, and crazier things are always happening in this sport and in every day. So we were cautiously optimistic. We were hoping that we could figure out solutions to some minor tweaks and some problems or issues, and we were able to get there. And so we're glad that we were able to announce it today and get this promotion going, because that's a lot of seats in a big stadium, but it's going to be a great night.
Frank says he believes it can do 1 million buys on BT Sport box office. We know two of them are very big names in the UK. Tyson's made a big noise in America as well. How many buys realistically do you think that can do on ESPN pay-per-view?
Well, we're going to be doing it. We'll be on all pay-per-view platforms in the United States, including ESPN Plus that'll be doing it. It's a little bit of an uncertainty on that one because we're coming out of prime time. And when you typically come out of prime time, and it doesn't mean in any boxing match or even UFC, if it was, Khabib or Conor McGregor, there's always, or Ronda Rousey, there's always a loss because you're not in prime time. So we'll be at 5:30 East Coast time, roughly. The main event will be in the ring. So that's 2:30 on the West Coast. So it's a bit early, but we'll see. We're not going to make any predictions or any projections. We think it's going to be well received in America, as was last weekend when you had Con and Brooke. That was on normal ESPN Plus, but well received. We created some noise over there, and we like the sports schedule, right? You don't have college basketball going, you don't have football going, baseball. Who knows if they're starting, but they would be starting. The NBA is just going to get into the playoffs, and so will the NFL. So I don't see a lot of interference with other big sporting events on that day. So we're pretty optimistic, but we got to be cautious on this one.
Yeah, that's a fair answer. TODD DeBOEUF, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. Enjoy the rest of your stay in Glasgow. We look forward to a terrific night Saturday in Glasgow, live on Sky Sports in the UK and, of course, ESPN Plus in the States. Thank you very much, and we'll speak soon, all right?
Thank you very much, and thank you for having us.